Alright, so we're just going over the champion points, over the champion tree. For those of you who are still having trouble, we'll start with the green tree. So this is our new champion. The first couple of times you will find it a bit difficult. I think I've done about 8 characters now, so we're getting the hang of it. So there are 2 different types of stars. We've got our bright stars, well, white stars I guess, and we've got our yellow stars. And the ones here with the L2 and R2 are our starting points. So we can start anywhere there. And we've got our floating stars too, which are bright stars. So we want to focus on the yellow stars first, because these are our passives. So we can fill all these up. So increase gold, we like gold, so we're going to pop that all the way up. So this one, sneak, we don't really want that, we'll pop it up a little bit, just to bring that one up. Pop that up a little bit. So because the yellow stars are passive, that means they're always turned on. They will always work for you. We're not actually doing any of that. We've got our full damage, all yellow stars. Even this one's yellow, so we're going to put this up. And that will branch off into our bright stars. So that's all the yellow stars we have in this tree. So now we've got the bright stars. You can only pick 4 of these bright stars. So only 4 of these will count. So we're going to go for this one. So we're going to pop that all the way up. So it's just telling you there. So you can only have 4 of these stars. Some of these stars you have to fill in just to get to the next one. So we'll just go over those 2. There's not too much we're interested for this character in this one. How many green stars we got? 1, 2. We've got 3 so far. So like for this one we have to highlight just so we can get to the next slot. So let's say we go over this one. And we've got enough points for 1 more. So we'll come over here and we'll get this one. We'll put some points in here just to show you. Alright, so at the moment we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 bright stars highlighted up. But we've got to go into our champion bar, so we press triangle, and that takes us up the very top of the screen. So we've got 4 slots. So we can only pick 4 of those skills to actually go into those slots. So only 4 of those are actually going to work. So what 4 did we want? I'll just put any random 4 in there for now. We'll carry on to the next one. Does that make sense? So you got your yellows are like your passives, just like when you do your skills, you have passive skills and you have your skills you put on your bar. So these bright stars are like your actual skills that you got to slot into your bar to use, and these ones are your passives. So just so you know, just like in here, skills you got to slot into your actual bar to use. So unlocking this will do nothing for you unless you actually slot it in your bar. And then you got your passives down the bottom. Exact same thing here. So we can see here we've got our starting points, you've got your floating stars again. So your floating stars you can just fill up, you don't have to do anything to unlock those ones. But they are slottable. We're a stamina character, so where's the stamina one there? So we've got our stamina passive. Now the blue bar is a little different because you got these 2, which they're the only 2. We'll call them now purple stars, which will take you into another tree, which is the same thing. You just fill it up to unlock all the others, and you pick whichever ones you want. So for this character, if you're PvP, you're gonna want your crit resist. If you're PvE, you're gonna want your damage reduction. And depends how many champion points you have to whatever you want to do. And that's it. Clear as. What do we with stamina? So we want to go this side. We don't do too much poison in that damage, so only put that to there. But we want to unlock that one to get that one. Oh, and it just threw my points in there. We don't even want that. I think that's an early bug, early glitch. I want to get that one, so we unlock all those options. And it's the same thing. If you don't have that many CP, I would suggest going after your passives first. Try and get your passives up, and then work on whichever 4 big stars you really want. Simple? Yeah? Okay.
Well, how come some pistols you don't put anything in it?
Oh, well, this one's mixed magic. I'm a stamina character. But yeah, I mean, we still want the magic for healing, so yeah, you're right, we should put it in. But that's my problem with it, is there's not enough passive options, in my opinion. And too many skill options. Oh, we want 2 more. Let's pop up damage, I guess. She does a lot of direct damage. Oh, we're out. Okay, I'll do then. We got 4. Oh yeah, crit resist we don't really want. So not PvP. And that's it. Same thing. So I'm not going to try and tell you where you should put your points or where you shouldn't put your points. Well, that's the basic of it. If you just think, put in your 10 points, so you can have a look at all the others. And go after your yellows first, because they will always count. And then you can go around and pick which 4 red ones you want. That will pair really nicely with the sets I have running at the moment. This is probably my favourite one, Slippery. I get that for a lot of my characters. So you want to spend a lot more time on it than I did. This was just a quick example. But I hope that cleared it up somewhat for at least somebody. Yeah. It's still like the old system used to have the free, you know, you'd go into red and it would have 3 different red trees. It's still basically the same, they just laid it out in a cooler fashion. So you still got your, this is like your 1 tree over here, which is all defense I think over the side, roll dodging, yeah, juggernaut. Then you got your attacking up here, restore magic when you kill enemies and that, and then over here is more your tanky, or your blocking and stuff over this side. They just made it a bit more tricky, I guess you could say, a little bit more complicated. But as long as you know what your character is doing and what they're for, you should be fine. And you just go through, make sure you equip your four skills, and done. And there's no point putting points in somewhere, because if you can't equip it, it's not going to count. Here he is.